What if I told you there's a man on Instagram claiming to be the future president, a retired Coast Guard, a husband of multiple, as well as having one of the most long-standing beefs with his own son that I've ever seen? No, this isn't satire, or maybe it is just one large elaborate troll. Either way, this is definitely the most interesting man on the internet. This is Henry Davis. To be honest, this guy's lore runs almost too deep. Even I'm a little late to the party. If you can see, this is actually his old Instagram that had been deleted. And this was all the way back in February of 2020 when he first posted this. Really, I want to focus mainly on his beef with his son, Edward. But to be honest, there is just a lot to cover. This guy is like crazy interesting. I don't even know if he's real. Until very recently when he posted an actual video of the man behind all these photos. I was just thinking this was an entire AI video, basically like those AI ape videos, if you guys been seeing those, the AI gorillas. Let's just start off with his original Instagram that had been deleted. Henry Davis, government official apparently, proud husband of two, remember that, all right? Husband of two, anti-life, gun law advocate, conservative man with two conservative children. I don't know what that means. Trump 2020, of course, you can see that by looking at him. I feel like he's one of them guys, you know what I mean? Town jury, and then, of course, the icing on the cake, a Discord link. Brother, this guy looks like he's mid-50s, bro, with a Discord link in his fucking bio. It's crazy. Anyways, look, even, bro, he's still getting comments up until 2 weeks ago, and this is from 278 weeks ago. Like, this is interesting, and he has a lot of people that actually follow him. All right, but basically, this isn't really where I want to start. This is just to give a background. You know, this is a few pictures of him, as my son would say, raw. Like, of course, bro. You feel me? This guy is crazy. All right. He's got a bunch of different lore. All right. After 11 drinks, Philip tried to give me a ride to a Trump rally in his pickup truck when we were struck by a pathetic moron in a Chevy. Like, there's a lot to cover. All right. He's got his multiple wives, pictures of his multiple wives. We're going to kind of start a little late. This is honestly one of my favorites. Back from sex. Just, you know, gotta announce to all your followers, bro. Just let us all know. This is where it really starts. All right, Henry Davis, this is on April 13th in 2020. Hired the best detective in the state to help me find my idiot son, Edward Davis. Going to start searching for him again, so wish me the best of luck. Davis out. All right, with this guy who, if this is the best detective in his area, bro, I don't know. I know he's from Florida. I do know that he's from Florida, but right here is where it really starts, all right? I don't know where the beef with his son originally started. This is the first post I had ever found about him with the detective, but jumps from there and we start right here. April 20th, of course, 4/20/2020. All right, what a better day. Woke up from my evening nap to the sound of glass shattering and young voices shouting. I instinctively grabbed my Mossberg 500 out from below my bed and ran to the driveway. To my surprise, there was no one to be seen. I checked my car and saw the damage. I looked closer inside the shattered window to see something terrifying laying on the seat. A single fingerless glove. There's only one explanation for this. My eldest son, Edward Henry Davis, is back to making my life hell for revenge. This time, I'm gonna put an end to it. Davis out. Remember, this is where it starts. Very next post, 2 days later. Set up camp for tonight. It's not waterproof. Set up a rainwater collector in the open. I am currently charging my phone using a solar battery thing my son had. I'm in camouflage and scouting the area of any wildlife to kill and eat. I didn't want to bring my rifle, so I put a scope on my Desert Eagle. I make sure to bring my anvil and coal in case I find some scrap metal and want to make any tools. I'm hoping to come across some horses or something to ride because my stuff gets heavy quick. About 30 or so miles northwest, I saw some smoke or something rising. I will be going over there to check it out at sunrise tomorrow. Give you guys any updates. Davis out. All right. And we get the updates. Davis in. I love that part. Davis in and Davis out is honestly hard. I might start using that. Yo, Ian in. After 24 hours of aimless searching, I stumbled upon a camp. A tribe has taken me in and has been generous enough to give me food and shelter. They've been teaching me their language and other useful skills. I'm clueless as to where I am at the moment, but I will deal with that later since I have more than enough power. I will update you all when necessary. Davis out. I don't know where he is. This looks like, I don't even know. This kind of looks like just the backwoods of, could be somewhere down south Louisiana, something. This looks like like a bayou or something. I don't even know. Next day, 2 days later, I guess. Next day, Davison. Today I woke up with a plan. I decided I was going to create a distraction and make off with one of the tribe's horses. This morning, I lit one of the huts on fire and snuck away to the other side of the camp. I found a horse, grabbed my supplies, and got out of there. I decided not to go to Canada due to getting a threatening message from my son suggesting that he is in my home. If he hurts my dog, he's going to be in a world of pain. That is all. Davis out. Hashtag horseback riding, hashtag fun, hashtag Trump 2020, and hashtag arson. Like, dude, he is so fucking crazy. I don't know who's running this account, if it is this dude. There's a lot of pictures of this guy specifically, all right? So I'm not sure. Like, at this point, I'm still convinced, like, is this even real? I'm questioning it, you know? Like, being on the internet that long, it definitely makes you skeptical. Next post. Managed to make it home early this morning on horseback and instantly saw that my door to enter my backyard was completely shattered. I called for my dog Douglas for almost 30 minutes to no avail. My dog has been stolen by my piece of shit son Edward, my best friend, my favorite family member, and who I could consider my son. Douglas has been stripped from me. Never mess with a man's dog. I was heading to the liquor store earlier when I noticed one of my son's emo goons walking on the sidewalk. I snuck up on him and forced him to answer a series of questions about my son's whereabouts. And he told me exactly where he is. I'm coming for you, Ed. Keep your eyes peeled. Davis out. Like, dude, it's unreal. And he actually does have a picture of some shattered glass. Is this his house? Fuck if I know. This thing looks completely empty, dude. This dead ass just looks like an abandoned spot. I don't know. Like, I'm still questioning it at this point. And honestly, we're still in 2020. We have all the way up until 2024 where he's still making posts about his kid, all right? So I'm going to try to get through as much of this as possible. I don't want to, like, waste too much time, but this guy is interesting, you know? Now, next day, April 26, 2020, you could definitely refer to last night as a success. I left my home at approximately 2 a.m. armed and ready. According to the goon I interrogated. I think that's the funniest part. One of my son's emo goons, like, come on, bro. My son was camped out in the back of a nearby Hot Topic. When I arrived, the doors of the mall were locked, so I was forced to break and enter. When I did, I wandered until I noticed the Hot Topic. There was a dim light emanating from the back room. As I approached, I heard the familiar bark that belonged to Douglas. I picked up the speed and ran as far as I could. When I got to the front of the store, I saw him. Douglas was sitting tied to a rack of disgusting clothing near the back of the main store. I instinctively ran to free him when none other than Edward himself emerged from the back room. He was wielding what looked to be a part of a pipe over his head. He brought it down over my back, causing me to fall on the ground. He leaned back to strike again, but this time I was too fast. I grabbed the Beretta PX4 Storm from my pocket, jumped up, and pistol whipped my son in the face. He collapsed unconscious. I returned to untie Douglas and came back to finish the job when a very large screeching sound began to ring through the mall. I noticed 2 of Edward's goons had been watching from afar and had activated an alarm. I decided it was safest to get away as fast as possible, so I grabbed Douglas and left Edward unconscious on the floor. I was able to escape safely before the law arrived, and now making this post back home safely. Hopefully the police will apprehend Edward, as I was diligent enough to plant some hardcore drugs in his pocket. This is all. David out. So apparently he caught his son lacking at the mall. Some of his son's goons pulled up and pulled the alarm. Like, at this point, I'm still lost, you know what I mean? Now, this I was convinced is AI generated. I still don't know. Well, look who landed their ass in jail again. After being arrested at the mall yesterday, my son has just been sent to jail after being charged with armed robbery, attempted manslaughter, assault with a deadly weapon, assault with a non-deadly weapon, animal abuse, and suspected of 3 charges of murder, including my wife's boyfriend David. My wife's boyfriend? Crazy. Now, today will go down in history. I'm not sure what the fuck this is supposed to mean. Whatever you Ed, Davis out. Now, from this picture, I'm just thinking like, oh, this is just like an AI generated picture, like, you know, somebody you pulled off the internet that actually was in jail. Then you go to the very next post. Corrections Offender Network. Now, I suck at Photoshop. All right, like I can make designs on Illustrator, but this, like, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? If you ever send people money in jail or something, this is literally how like a corrections institution website kind of does look. All right, and he actually has his name, Edward Henry Davis, white male, born on or released on 4/29, 2020, and his birthday was 3/21/2000. All right, so apparently this could be real. Now, the post says, "This is unacceptable. There must be a misunderstanding. According to the official site of the jail that Edward is being held in, due to the China virus and lack of evidence to support Edward's violent crimes, he's being released from prison tonight. When I called to check if this information was valid, they confirmed it. Something extremely fishy is going on, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I refuse to believe the Florida jail system would make a mistake like this. If he is the one released, I am going to wait outside of the jail tonight and confront him myself when he is unarmed. That is all. Davis out." So yeah, I guess this kid didn't spend that long in jail, and now he's about to post up outside the jail and wait for him since he knows he's gonna be unarmed. All right, like, how do you guys think this is gonna go? All right, like, it's unbelievable. This whole entire Instagram, I don't even know. Like, this account is just unbelievable. I had to make a video on this. Very next post. "Waited outside the prison all night for my son to be released. I ended up dozing off around 10 p.m. for an hour. I awoke to the sound of teenagers yelling and laughing. I looked out my window and saw my son being escorted into a van by a police officer. I was unable to attack him due to the officer, so I decided to stay in my vehicle. Upon closed inspection, I saw that the van was occupied by 2 of Edward's goons, one of which was armed with a rifle. I watched as they pull out of the lot and I followed them. After stalking behind their vehicle for around 15 minutes, they pulled off to the side of the road where we were in a wooded area. I knew it would be unwise to stop there as well, so I drove on. But as soon as I passed them, an object came smashing through my back window. Before I could react, a loud bang went off that caused me to swerve off the road and slide into a weeded area. I sat back and saw that the back of my vehicle was engulfed in a green smoke. My survival instincts told me to get out, so I kicked out the front window and exited. I looked over and saw the little shitbirds laughing at me from the road as they drove off. After the smoke dissipated, I got back in the car and drove to a repair shop. Luckily, I got a good look at their vehicle and I'm pretty sure I know exactly where they're going. That's all. David out." So, yeah, I mean, look, even 264 weeks ago, bro, you're a genius with this page. And honestly, I was thinking this, dude. Malik Alexander, you have a brain. Why didn't you just open the door? Why did he have to kick his window out? That makes no sense. All right, I don't think this post has anything to do with it, but I did think this is funny. "Stole my youngest son Jebson back from my secondary wife Diana when she wasn't home since she wasn't letting me see him. Jebson likes me way more anyway, so she's gonna have to deal with it. We're going to play baseball on the fields since they're empty at the moment. Next time, you should learn to lock your windows, stupid woman." Davis out. Like, I don't know. Even the comments, how do people know for sure this is satire? I can tell it's a joke for a couple reasons, but like, this could possibly be a real dude, you know? And then, of course, one of his legendary posts, participated in, of course. Hey, listen, you just gotta let the people know sometimes. Now, this is where it picks back up with the son beef. "After 4 hours of straight driving in the area I suspected my son is in, I came across a familiar van in the side of the road. I approached it, but this time I made sure I was fully armed and ready to defend myself. I knocked open the back doors of the van and noticed it was empty other than a few meaningless objects. I searched closer and saw that there was a trail of crushed branches leading to distant trees. I went down the path and ended up finding a camp. Unlike the Indian camp from before, this was way more amateur and featured only about 3 modern tents and a few lanterns. I stayed hidden along the edge of the makeshift camp when I saw rustling inside one of the tents. I dropped to the floor and aimed my rifle directly towards it. Suddenly, 3 skinny figures wearing all black with long hair emerged from the large tent. At this moment, I figured out exactly what was going on. As soon as they all exited the tent, I emerged from the brush and projected one of my pipe bombs in self-defense. It landed directly on their tent, causing whatever was left to be immediately destroyed. Lucky for them, the blast was far enough away to not cause any serious damage, except for one of them who immediately cried out and collapsed. I was momentarily unavailable to see due to the smoke in the air caused by the explosion, so I decided to push them myself. It was at this moment I could identify them as Desmond, Dennis, and my son, Edward, 3 of the children who have been attacking and harassing me. Desmond has been carried away from the scene by Dennis, as I came face to face with Edward in the rubble. He appeared to be unarmed, so I decided to stow my weapon and confront him with my bare hands. Not bare hands, but his like literal bare hands, you know? I guess if he's walking around with just some bare hands, he can't spell for shit. I'm not gonna fault them. Really, me neither. I pushed him to the floor and stepped on his chest so he couldn't move. "Father, please," he said, but I had already made up my mind. I tied him up and brought him back to my home. At the moment, I am storing him in my basement where I'm monitoring 24/7 with my security camera. I've blocked off all windows and the door is practically sealed shut. I will be interrogating him tomorrow and hopefully ending this one way or another. That is all. Davis out. Now, guess what? It doesn't end there. Because the very next video is his literal house burning down. This could just be any house. All right, I want to preface this. This could be any house, but obviously, he's basically posting this saying like, "Oh, this is my house. Edward burned down my crib." What a shame. Unbelievable. He does have a dog. You got a wife out there. All right, and then we get the serious face. Honestly, it's unbelievable. Barely made it out alive last night. I'm sure you all have a lot of questions, so I will try to summarize. I went to the bathroom to urinate last night when I heard a loud crash. I instantly cut the stream off and ran to the basement door to investigate and saw that it was open. It was at this moment my son snuck up behind me and pushed me down the steps. As I tumbled down the steps, he locked the door and shut the lights off. Furious with myself, I knew I couldn't allow him to wander my home with Douglas and my many weapons around the house. I had to think fast. I reached for my phone and realized that I had dropped it when I was pushed. I felt around the dark room when my hand felt the brick. I grabbed the brick and returned to the door. I proceeded to gouge holes in the door hit after hit, and after about 10 minutes I created a large enough hole to fit through. However, I realized that I smelled something. Smoke. As soon as I got up, I was standing in my kitchen and I saw the entire home was slowly filling with smoke. I was about to leave when I heard Douglas barking. I picked the brick back up and ran through the halls searching for him. When I got to the front door, I heard a window shatter and saw Edward sprinting across the street. There were already emergency vehicles outside. I kept searching for Douglas until the smoke became unbearable. After about 7 minutes, I was dragged out of my home by 2 firefighters who struggled to control me. I watched as my home came crashing down to nothing but rubble. I never recovered my dog Douglas. As for my second son Jebson, he was back in the care of my secondary wife Diana by the time of the incident. Today I slept in my neighbor's yard in a tent and was given permission to search the remains of my home by the group designated to clear it. I have recovered my phone, some weapons, and other smaller items of no value at all. That's it. I am furious. Davis out. And look at his face. He is obviously furious right there. True. Why is everybody hating? And then, obviously, we already know from his encounter with his son and his goons in the woods that he likes pipe bombs. So, normalize pipe bomb carrying. Some posts with his other wives. On a hike today with my favorite wife. I gotta figure out exactly where. Right here. Have spent the last few days fortifying my new lakeside home. I'm not going to reveal my location, but it is secure. In addition to implementing bulletproof doors, I'm ordering multiple mounted rifles for the windows. I'm currently living here with Becky and her half-daughter. Edward, if you are reading this, bring it on. Davis out. He's also wishing he could have intercourse right now. He's got some pictures. I don't think I can show this, but this picture is basically a cop kneeling on a dog. So I don't think it's supposed to be his dog. I don't know. He just says, "I have never seen something so terrible in my life too far." The hashtags is what I want. The hashtags is what I want to focus on. Hashtag police brutality. Hashtag animal lives matter. Hashtag dog. Hashtag police. Hashtag twerking women. Like, bro, what the fuck is this guy doing this? Like, I don't get it, bro. He's insane, dude. This guy is unbelievable. Yesterday, now it picks back up. Now we're in May. All right, we've literally only gone a month. Yesterday, after sailing down the river looking for my son for about 35 minutes, we finally noticed some movement from the brush. Using my survival instinct that was passed down to me through hundreds of generations, I launched myself out into the waters and began moving towards what I assumed was my son. When I got to the edge of the water, I got out and investigated. I called out for Edward and got no response. I turned my head to the back to the ladies when something dropped out of a tree above me and landed at my feet. It was a disarmed pipe bomb with a note attached. The note said that he had stolen my weapon blueprints and that he would now have the ability to stand up to me. Little does he know, I have every one of my blueprints imprinted in my memory perfectly. If he plans on using them, he will regret it profusely. The end of the letter stated that he did not receive $25,000 within the next day, that Henry would regret it. I headed back to the boats when I heard screaming. As I emerged from the wooded area, I saw Becky holding something. Douglas. Edward must have decided to return him. Very strange. Unfortunately for him, he will not be getting his money. Sorry, bud. Davis out. He has a PhD. Pretty huge dick. Guy is a clown. Now, on May 18th, I've decided to move the location state closer to civilization. I also bought a new pair of reading spectacles. What do you think? Woman only. I think I'm looking extremely attractive. Davis out. This is him deciding to leave Becky. Davison made a decision to leave Becky. Alright, any Asian women, any attractive Asian women can feel free to private message me at this time. Now, I believe this is where it picks back up. Decided to check up on the construction of my home today. Looked around for a while and came back to be greeted with this. My son and his goons brutally vandalized my vehicle when I wasn't looking. This isn't even the first time that they have damaged my vehicle. Going to find their van and give them a tase of their own medicine. Davis out. Took this photo on my Android phone. I had to let you know because the fucking camera quality is shit. But, you know. Oh my god, like, dude, his quotes are just unbelievable. I freed the slaves. Like this is all the same guy as far as I can tell, you know? Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to find exactly where, bro. I had all these pictures picked out specifically, but his lore is just too crazy. Oh, this is actually a new beef with him? Uploading this Instagram photo to report that John Hudson, 1969, has rammed his vehicle into my brand new home in the middle of the night. Not only that, but he stole my red Mustang from the garage. Guess what, idiot? You left your piece of garbage infinity in my kitchen, going to harvest the metal for weapons. Davis out. Alright, so basically after that last post, we kind of just go through a lot of shit posting, to be honest. Made this today, but still need to create poison arrows. Just another reason not to mess with me. Davis out. I do not miss her. PS5, this thing ruined his day apparently. Not happy. Hashtag spilled milk. And then it's basically just a bunch of troll posting, shit posting, until we get to right here, alright? If you were wondering why it took so long to update you on the situation with my son, this is why. This weekend, I took my airboat out to my son's hideout at a secluded lake in an attempt to reason with him. When I arrived, I heard a faint noise. Cutting the engine, I listened closer and recognized the noise as a timer. I instantly realized what was going on. I turned the engine back on and strove straight forward into mud. Even after this, it was like the ticking was following me. Confused and alarmed, I looked to the side of my boat and into the water. There it was. Edward had planted an explosive device to the side of my vessel. I froze and looked up to see a slim figure with long dark hair and goggles on staring at me with a button in his hand on the shore. I knew that I had to act fast, so I used my lightning reflexes to jump out of the boat just in time for it to be obliterated by the explosion. Alright, so apparently he survived this explosion. After registering the situation, I maneuvered out the knee-high mud onto land and fired multiple shots. Damn, what the fuck accent was that? Multiple shots towards my son. He ran into the trees right after detonating the explosive, so all I can do is hope that he was struck. Knowing how much he fears society, I am confident that he is still in those woods as we speak. I will return to face him when I have decided how I want to deal with him. That is all. Davis out. Now, again, we just get a bunch of shit posting, legalized flashbangs, I fuck with that. Some photos of his wife, some random stuff. This isn't to do with his beef with his son, I'm pretty sure, but we still have to cover this because this photo is just great. July 6th. I will never forget the day I was brutally assaulted by a very large liberal inside of Walmart for no reason at all. I was minding my business shopping when the moron knocked my MAGA hat off my head. I held my ground and told him that he would regret attempting to assault me again. He then punched me in my face over 26 times. Let this show you that liberals are ruthless monsters who will assault you for no reason. That is all. Davis out. He's looking very sad with his black eyes. He's unbelievable. Pictures of Kanye West, pictures of Trump. You guys can see where he's going with this. He does, like I said, he wants to run for presidency. Apparently, 2028 is his year. We'll see. He loves homosexuals. Hey, happy LGBT month, you feel me? Now, this is where it picks back up. On July 11th. Davison, I have reason to believe my wife was poisoned by my son Edward today. We were in the midst of eating a delicious meal of beans, hot dogs, and fries when Becky began violently pounding her fists on the table, causing my delicious meal to be thrown in the air. Furious, I pushed her away from the table to avoid any further damage. Her eyes rolled into her head and she was instantly out cold. Being as I have over 2 decades of Coast Guard experience, I saved her life by following one of the classic procedures I was taught all those years ago. I managed to place my obese wife onto my shoulder and set her in the car to rush her to the hospital. She is now in the doctor's care and will stay there overnight per my request. Edward will not continue to get away with these stunts. At least now I can have some peace and quiet. That is all. Davis out. Hashtag hospital. Hashtag lunch gone wrong. Hashtag poison. Hashtag sticky situation. And then the best one. Hashtag erectile dysfunction treatment. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? And then, yeah, bro. Like, yo, cuz if this is real, bro, like, my obese wife, like, bro, you gotta, like, come on, dude. What the fuck? Like, oh my god, this guy is a scumbag, dude. Either that or he's the, like, ultimate troll. I can't tell. Very next picture, his son Edward, I guess. This image portrays how I feel about my son. Davis out. And the comments are kind of turning on him, you know? He should burn your house down again. Banana Brit definitely believes in this. Bullying and publicly shaming your child is one of the scummiest things you can do. Have fun living out your life to your last breath wondering why your son isn't on your deathbed. Like, Anyways, this is actually a follow-up of the guy who ran his Infinity into his kitchen. At John Hudson 1969 attempted to break into my home today. Managed to catch him and neutralize the threat until officers arrived. Won't be having any issues anytime soon. Davis out. Celebrating with a fucking Stella Artois, however you say it. Legalize everything. I was hacked by my pathetic son. I guess the post before this was I love balls. And I was hacked by my pathetic son. I do not love balls. He's so stupid, dude. So fucking retarded. I love it. I love this shit. Like, this is insane. Now on July 27th, still in 2020, set multiple traps around my property for the time being. Had a memorial service for my beloved pet Douglas. I've never been this furious towards anyone in my life. My best friend has been taken from me in the worst way possible, and I cannot bring him back. I'm currently building up my arsenal of weaponry for self-defense while I construct my super weapon. Mark my words, I am putting an end to this nonsense once and for all. Davis out. And then again with the fucking hashtags. Like, the hashtags is what kills me the most. Hashtag rest in peace Douglas. Hashtag planning. Hashtag stay safe. Hashtag big booty shaking. Dude, like, fuck you, buddy. What are you doing, dude? Like, I hate it. I hate that I love this account so much, dude. It's ridiculous. Pictures of him with Trump. You will see this is a recurring theme where he has pictures of him with random celebrities. Some are so good you cannot tell the difference. Some are clearly like this, just, you know, photoshopped. Then we got right here, Henry Davis, his actual Instagram. It has come to my attention that John Hudson has given my eldest son his own Instagram profile. Beware, my son's new username is EdwardHenryDavis16. Do not contact him nor associate with him. He is dangerous and on the loose. Davis out. Now, bro, this dude right here, Jameer? I agree with you, bro. I'm fucking confused too. Is this man's profile a joke? Like, is this real? Is this a joke? I don't know. I don't know if his account is even still up. Yeah. I know is that his son does have a new Instagram though that I think he does tag at some point, so we will get to that. Davison, 2 of my lovely girlfriends made a feast in celebration of yesterday's victory. What was the victory? Oh, yeah. The victory is about his super weapon. Davison, thanks to both my lawyer and a certain friend in high places, I've been released from custody already. I was on my way to California to pick up a very important part of my super weapon when I was framed by the luggage people in the airport for transporting pipe bombs in my suitcase. They attempted to tackle me multiple times, all of which I disarmed them. Eventually, they managed to hit me with a taser, which rendered me immobile. Thank heavens I was able to get out of the situation without unwarranted jail time. Now I can get back to business. Davis out. And then it's him and his girls, you know, celebrating. The super weapon is complete. Apparently on August 8th, the super weapon was completed. 52nd birthday. Yo, happy birthday to him, cuz on August 9th. Whenever that comes around, I'll make sure to post a picture of him. And then right here, apparently this is the super weapon. Behold the product of my hard work, the Punisher. fires explosive projectiles at the speed that will penetrate any obstacle in its path. Can also be wielded at speeds up to 5 miles per hour. Also is completely bulletproof. Will be deployed into action tomorrow. Davis out. So his super weapon was just a cannon from the fucking Civil War, I guess, or not even the Civil War. That's like the Revolutionary War at that point. Free him, because, you know, legalize pipe bombs. And of course it's a Florida man. Like, who else would it be, you know? Now, right here, we get into some more lore. August 24th. It starts to get more sporadic, so hopefully we can kind of catch up to the years like pretty soon. Woke up today and immediately noticed that I was not wearing my hat. Through multiple cabinets in my search of my prized possession, after searching every single corner of my home, I refused to give up. It was not until I received a message containing this video from my son that the answer was revealed. Edward Davis is alive and worse than ever. Davis out. And it's him apparently burning his prized possession, his MAGA hat. Of course. He's just beefing with random people. I deserve... Dude, honestly, I feel him. I deserve sex today, but whatever. Yeah, same. Honestly, yeah, same. I'll give you a like on that one, bro. Do not say Edward on my page. See, these are the parts that make me think, holy shit, like this guy is actually a real person. Like he's real. This does not look AI. We did not have crazy looking AI back in 2020. Like it really just started to pop off and get really good with the that Google VIO whatever their new program is. But like, yeah, exactly. Is he real? Like this guy is actually a person. Like this is the first time we've seen a video of him actually. President Donald Trump, you never fail to arouse me, Henry Davis. I love you. Anything for you. Yeah, see, so apparently he's got some friends in high places, all right? Now, right here, this is where it gets great, all right? Him and his son finally reconcile. October 6th of 2020. I don't know how long the beef was going on before his Instagram got reinstated to this new one, because before he was at HenryDavis1400, now he's at HenryDavis1900. But this is insane, and this is clearly a fucking AI picture. This is not real. Like, who is this? This looks fake as fuck. He looks like it could be real, taken on his Android phone, of course, but this is like blatantly fake as fuck in my opinion. 10/4/2020. I have a very important announcement. After days of trying to reason with my son, he was finally able to come to the light and change his ways. We have decided to put the past behind us and not press charges against one another. Edward has also agreed to help me locate the rest of his goons as long as I give him access to my arsenal. This is a new chapter in our life, and I am so happy to be reunited with my son. David out. Honestly, just gotta clap it up. The reunion. Now, any bets on how long this would last? Let me tell you, it's not that long. It's really not that long. But again, remember what I said about that picture with Donald Trump. Then he pops out with these. Obviously, that's Wiz Khalifa. I'll never forget the day I was placed on the same flight as Fetty Wap. After the flight, I was attempting to express my thankfulness for his music, to which he flipped me off and walked away. To this day, I don't understand why he acted like that. Henry Davis out. And yeah, him and Wiz Khalifa. Him and XXX. I will never forget the day I met this young man downtown. Obviously, this is Photoshop. I swear I've seen this real picture multiple times. I've never seen this dude in it, but it's unbelievable. It's hilarious. And then finally, October 24th. So what is that? Only like not even 2 weeks? Call the authorities. My son has attacked me with a frying pan. And we're right back to business. Right back to the beef, dude. That shit was barely even simmering. October 26th. After an unexpected altercation, my son will be living in an enclosure until further notice. I've supplied him with a livable amount of food and electricity for the time being. I'm going on a trip with my favorite wife, and I'm confident that he will not try anything foolish. Finally, I can get some peace and quiet. Davis out. Obviously, you got the handle of Captain Morgan's and tube. He looks like he's ready for a good time. Rate my swagger. I give him a good 7. That hat is crazy. I need to see the full fit. Legalized pipe bomb carrying. him in front of Trump Tower. Like I can't tell if this is the same guy because he kind of like changes ages every time, but like he looks real enough, right? He really looks real enough in my mind. His favorite his favorite people, dude. His favorite white guys. It's unbelievable. Oh yeah, is this more? No. Oh. Yeah, see, so basically he wants to, yeah, exactly. He wanted to run for president in 2024, which is why now he's running for 2028. Obviously, we all know how that went. Don't vote for Biden. Don't vote for Trump. It takes a vote away from Henry Davis, and his mission is to legalize pipe bomb carrying. Don't waste your vote. Vote for Henry Davis. According to a professional, this is a possible outcome for tonight's election. Thank you very much. Libtard 0, Henry Davis, every vote possible. It's unbelievable. But the sad part is that he had to actually step down from this election to deal with his son. He's back in the beef with his kid, and now he's got to step down from this election. We want liquor. Oh, right here. Beware of these women in Deerfield Beach. They walk around seducing people and stealing from them. While you were distracted by the blonde, the other one will rob you. I've been robbed 6 times so far. I mean, hey, he's trying, you know? Like,
let me smash, please.
Sometimes when they on the blade, you can't do nothing, you know? Do not eat the Tide Pods. Can tell that this was back in 2020. Again, almost struck by a maniac liberal on the highway. And then we go back to more pictures. Like this looks like it actually could be real. I ain't even gonna lie. You feel me? Like Lil Uzi and him, like this looks like a regular photo. You know what I mean? That's Lil Uzi. But I can't tell if this is the same Henry Davis from all the other pictures. It's insane. More. I don't even think he has 1 million followers. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I was gonna say, just saying this is I don't think so. And now we get to more of the pictures. It's unbelievable. Him and Playboy Cardi, Throwback Thursday. Like, dude, this guy's lore is insane. Is this Amy Schumer? Yo, he did her dirty, bro. She's not that fat, cuz. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Needed a break from guarding my son. Decided to stop by the neighbor's cookout for a meal and met this woman at Amy Schumer. You are the least humorous person I've ever encountered. Please never tell me a joke again. You single-handedly made me lose my appetite. Davis out. Like, this guy is just a clown. Him and whoever the fuck this is supposed to be. I know it's supposed to be Mac Miller, but what the fuck? This is crazy. And again with the hashtags. Hashtag memories. Hashtag photobombed. Hashtag Hawaii. Hashtag large breasts. With his newest wifey. Damn, yo, see, he be pulling them. And then the very next post. She had a penis. Him and MF Doom? Like, what the fuck? I don't think this is real either, but this is a pretty good Photoshop job, to be honest. Like, this is insane. Scouted my son's most recent location. Did not spot him. I suspected he has relocated with his goons. When he attacks, I will be prepared. Davis out. And then it's him in jail. Briefly found myself incarcerated last night. Tried to explain to the officers that I had a license to carry a crossbow, but was set free this morning, so Davis out. And now we're in 2021. They do get further apart, I swear. All right. Hey, is Twitter down for you? Just, you know, the president hitting him up. Just Donald Trump. Just his boy Donnie. Just, you know, checking in on him. Like, this is insane. This is insane. He's literally in a like, bro, this is not a cyber suit, bro. This is like this is a Halo suit, bro. Like, this is like Halo Reach type shit. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. Pipe Bomb Dreams coming soon. I honestly probably should bump some of his music. That'd be kind of hard. And then, of course, his son, Edward. The person in these photos is my son. His name is Edward Davis, and he is a very dangerous, sick individual. If you encounter him, please contact me and do not attempt to speak to him. Do not, I repeat, do not befriend him. He has attacked me countless times and now lives in the woods with his other emo friends. That is all. Davis out. Donald will be re-erected. I don't know what that means. And then, of course, his first single, like, bro, I gotta bump this. I have not listened to any of his music. Message to Edward Davis. That's gotta be good. I do have to listen to that. I'm not gonna lie. Edward Davis has been arrested. I love these. I just love the blacked out white text, like he's on fucking his story. It's unbelievable. Him with Bill Nye, him at FedEx. He just prevented a 9/11 too. You know? Davison, extremely furious. I was removed from my local Walmart for refusing to wear a mask while visibly ill. When I resisted and explained that it was my God-given right to enter the store like this, I was assaulted and thrown into a police vehicle. I was taken directly to the hospital where I was accused of testing positive for the China virus. I vowed to never wear a mask again, yet here I am being forced to do so. To say the least, they are lucky I have been practicing self-control. I plan on fleeing the premises tonight when the nurse offers me juice. Wish me luck. And then of course, the hashtags. Police brutality, assault survivor, patriots, bouncing breasts. It's just fucking unreal, dude. It's unreal. Davison, my plan was successful and I managed to escape the Hospital of Doom. While fleeing the halls, a kind soul directed me towards the nearest exit. After pushing through multiple doctors, I broke through the doors and left the premises, located my vehicle, and I owe that kind soul my life. Now I can get back to work for the American people. Thank you. Davis out. Heaven lost an angel today. Becky Davis. Apparently, he died. But he will be back very soon. Alright? Just like this. Davison. You really thought you could get rid of me that easily? Think again. Next time you lock someone in a damn grocery store freezer, don't leave them with the materials needed to create an axe. Becky Ray Davis, you can find your belongings at the nearest dump. Your unspeakable actions against me to help further our son's evil agenda have resulted in me terminating our marriage. Now let me make it very clear, you are now my enemy. So another enemy has emerged. A new challenger is on the rise. It's unbelievable. Got him at some concerts. Beautiful drawing from Jebson. Honestly, shout out Jebson for never beefing with his dad so far. Stop asking if I'm alive. This is also a big one. In his bio now, he says, I am anti-noun, and a lot of people did not understand this. Pronouns. He is just anti-noun. Outright. Of course, yo, infamous picture with Tupac, bro. 25 years ago today. Miss you, brother. R.I.P. to Pac, man. Oh, even better. The GOAT. You feel me? MJ himself. Like, it's unbelievable. I have had many notable people ask for a photo with me, but Michael by far asked the nicest. Rest in peace. Davis out. You know you're the man when Michael Jackson's asking you for a photo, alright? Because I know none of y'all ever had that. Now, ordered my youngest son Jebson this cake for his 9th birthday. It's based off his favorite game, Among Us. I think it's stupid, but it makes him happy. Imposter. Shh. Now, next up, we get some more lore from Edward. Oh no, at HenryDavis1900, it appears your base of operations has been involved in a large-scale explosion. What a tragedy. Who would do such a thing? I guess we'll never know. Davis out. With him in a fire. And then, of course, him with his favorite nephews, Ninja and Ninja's brother. Sorry, Ninja's brother, I forget your name, but the Blevins. And yeah, apparently this is him with his favorite nephews. And then we get more Davis. Get hacked, XD. My father will receive a surprise when he gets back to his house. My Instagram page is the one that got terminated or is no longer there. $200,000 reward for Douglas, bro. My boy Douglas. Now, I know that we thought that he was dead, all right? But apparently he was not dead. Last night, while I was away from my home, my eldest son, Edward, breached into my house and stole something very important to me. He stole my best friend / dog, Douglas II. This is the second Douglas. His actions have gotten my previous dog, Douglas I, killed. I will not allow history to repeat itself. Please, if you or anyone sees him, contact me immediately. I'm prepared to pay a fine over $200,000 to whoever finds him. Thank you. Davis out. Now, what a tragedy, bro. Like, you can't steal a man's dog, especially for the second time. It's crazy. Thinking about purchasing this armored vehicle across the street. Thoughts? Got him with, I forget the name of these things, but these things are like basically fucking extinct, right? I'm pretty sure they just realized these things weren't extinct like recently. But yeah, he's got a selfie with him. Again, the picture with him and X. Him and EDP. like who is this guy? Who is this guy? Why does he know so much lore about the internet? Is this the baby? I forget whose album cover this was. I feel like this was the baby. Got more pictures of him. This is him finalizing his divorce. Going to show up like this, the look on their face will be hilarious. David out. Again, he has died again. But we already know that's not true because his very next post is him subscribing to Bad Baby's OnlyFans. You know, who knew? Stopped by the supermarket recently and was greeted by an extremely aggressive mob of teenagers destroying everything while following a man with red dreadlocks and a biker jacket who is acting very flamboyant. If you see a man that matches this description, report him to the authorities immediately. Davis out. Like, he's just everywhere. Now this photo, I don't know who this is supposed to look like, but this was when DMX had died. And I think he thinks this is DMX. This is not DMX if you've ever seen him. Let's be straight up with that. But I don't know. Like, this guy is insane. I fuck with him heavy. Henry P. Davis II is in the ER. And then he's got the photo of him in the ER. I was stalked and attacked while on a walk by my firstborn son, Edward Davis. He was fed my location via my ex-wife, Becky Ray Davis. After he fired his first shot, which connected with my leg, I disarmed him and chased him, sending him tumbling down a steep hill and crashing into a nearby river. I was then rushed to the hospital by a Good Samaritan where I am still located currently. I plan on fleeing as soon as possible to avoid a potential bill. I will update you soon. Honestly, real for attempting to avoid that potential bill, but bro, if you gave your information, it's done for, bro. They send you that bill regardless. My Instagram was hacked. I am an anti-mask and proud. My son is in FBI custody. All right, this is where it kind of gets good. More pictures of Edward. I don't even think these are the same people. Kind of look alike, but I don't know. At 8:07 last night, a raid was conducted by SWAT at my son Edward and his goons' location, which resulted in his capture and arrest for the countless amount of assaults those scum have racked up the past 15 months. I am told he is in custody until further notice and hopefully will never see the light of day again. This time, I am sure he cannot escape. That is all. David out. And again, Henry Davis was actually bailed out on a $150,000 bail last night by none other than my goddamn ex-wife Becky. Bro, like, his beef is just, it is unbelievable. We are only in April of 2021, by the way. Like, this is insane. My associates have been informed and we have a meeting scheduled tonight in my bunker to discuss further action. Mark my words, the Black Parade will fall. Stay tuned. Davis out. And again, I don't even know if that is the same kid from last time. I did not assault my son with a crossbow. New profile pic. It's kind of hard. This is his dad, I guess. Oh man, my thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Bofa. Oh, I hope y'all didn't fall for that. I was just assaulted by my son Edward Davis. More photos of him. Bro, like, this is hard. It's him and Hank. Like, this is tough. Back in business. Davis out. And yeah, basically he got caught up in an arson attack, I guess, obviously by none other than Edward himself. When I was busy for a midnight skinny dip at an undisclosed location, my motorhome headquarters with Project Freedom and everything else I own was set ablaze by a Molotov cocktail projected by my son Edward. I did not see the smoke in time and I have nothing left except for Douglas and the hat on my head. Apparently he followed me all the way from Fort Lauderdale to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Upon informing my former boss, I received word that I will return to my hometown within 5 days or my job in town jury will be handed to a Democrat. My plan to start over will have to wait, and the first order of business is getting back home with no money or form of transportation. I will take care of my son at a later time. I have one more trick up my sleeve, so no need to wish me luck. Davis out. That's enough, Taliban. He does not support cancer. He does, however, take pictures with Joe. Alright? Shout out to the Impractical Jokers. Show is pretty good for the time, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I am not tweaking. He had to let you guys know he is not tweaking. And happy Labor Day to the several hundred women that he has actually put in labor himself. And I don't know. Like, I do see the resemblance. I can't lie. Police, whatever police department, we need your help identifying this man who stole a rifle from Shields. Please help get this gun off the streets. At Edward, let's settle this once and for all. Like, and apparently this says that's that's the Salt Lake City police number. So I don't know. Like, this guy is all over the fucking place. He even gives out his exact location. All right, this is his coordinates. We end this now, son. And he adds him. He adds Henry Davis. Oh wait, hold on. Is this the new one? Oh, fuck, dude. They keep changing the numbers, so it's hard to even tell where the new ones are. Very next one, Davison. It would be safe to say my son learned a valuable lesson today. He will not be causing any problems anytime soon. Don't worry, he's simply catching some rest in this photograph, as the sun is just laid out, if that's his kid. Buzz Lightyear, honestly, that's kind of hard. I'm dead. Did you miss me? XD, follow me at Henry Davis. So apparently he got hacked again. Him with another wife. Another single dropping. Honestly, fire. Fire cover art. Spent this evening with my apprentice in the studio preparing for the album. Can't wait. More pictures of him. Doing my part. No need to wish me luck. Him in a fighter jet. Him with Yeet. And whoever the fuck this is. But this is just... his lore is just insane, bro. Him with, what the fuck is this dude's name? Oh my god. I know who he is. I'm blanking on his name. I know it starts with an H. Just more lore.
But brave.
An actual video again.
And,
like... to me, this is insane. To me, this is insane because I feel like this is just
bravery.
This is a real video, bro. Like I can see my dad taking this video. You feel me? Like this to me does not give off. This is fake.
What I'm doing
so
for the betterment of mankind.
Yeah, this is the next mass shooter. I swear to God.
Possible motorboats and 7-Elevens in the background.
I don't know. I don't even really care about what he's saying.
I am harshing it out here. I have a poor signal and can hardly get on porn sites, so I'm suffering.
Bro,
and
his porn is barely loading.
Again, it's probably due to the elements. There are savage creatures around here. I'm talking about housewives, ex-girlfriends, the dangerous kind. So,
dude, this guy is unfucking real.
If you don't hear from me again, I'm scared.
So Henry Davis is a real person. Whoever this is. Was nice to meet someone with such a similar hobby. And basically, fucking, this is, oh, who else did he play? He played Dahmer, right? He played Jeffrey Dahmer in that in the Netflix one. We're gonna watch this real, because I'm pretty sure I pre-watched this and this isn't bad. This is a banger. Dude, his reels get way better, honestly. I can't even lie. His reels get so much better. And his music taste is, like, perfect. Can't beat him, join him with Hank. Here's where the Lord goes. Like, is this real? Like, is this real? I cannot tell. Like, this is... I don't know. Like, is he just using real pictures of other people? Is this not even him? Like, is the pictures of him not even on the account? Henry Davis, you will never see him again. With Douglas, I believe that's Douglas II. It's just unbelievable. Now, he's just got a lot more lore going on, a lot more videos. I think this is actually the first reel I ever came across this guy, which made me follow him. Like he is too interesting. I actually don't know if he's real or not. Davis out. If you quit now, you will never know your full potential. Savage. This is December 16th, 2023. We're finally catching up to our actual timeline. Davison. Today I was unexpectedly approached in public by none other than my estranged son, Edward Davis. As I immediately began preparing to engage in hand-to-hand combat, Edward shockingly surrendered and handed me a leash. This leash was attached to our beloved dog, Douglas II, whom Edward stole from me over a year ago. I decided to forgive my son and trust that he's actually starting a new beginning. He has expressed his deep, sincere remorse for everything he has done and the pain he has caused, and promises to never repeat his patterns of destruction again. I will be traveling to his bunker tonight to retrieve all of my stolen items and also to discuss his living situation moving forward. Today is the beginning of a new chapter for both of us. Davis out. Right before Christmas too, December 16th, 2023. More pictures of him with fucking O.J. Simpson, of course. Gonna miss my partner in crime. Fly high, Juice. Yes, I am alive. No, I did not assault my son with a remote explosive. Him with Edward. We may not always get along, but my son has shown me that he is not the same monster he was all those years ago. Today, I've decided to give him full access to my firearms arsenal. It is my way of saying that he has earned my trust. He's finally reconciled with his son right now. So far, this journey has been insane, to say it in one word. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, what he's about, but he is insane. All right, more of the pictures. Oh, he knows somebody that will. The Diddler. EDP. The Jeffrey Dahmer dude. I got blue. And the thing I done pointed at you. Bro, and his song choices are bangers. Like, I can't hate on him. His song choices are so hard, bro. I fuck with it. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Just know that. Yo, his bangers are crazy. What? Long time. The son I'm stuck with. No. Again, the beef continues. The son I never had. Ninja. Ninja, if you see this, bro, what the fuck is good with your uncle? Cuz this dude is crazy. Is it hard looking back at OFO? This guy finally figured out reels, honestly, and his reels are bangers. Like, I can't tell, bro. Some of these photos actually look genuinely real, and some of them just look fake as fuck. My son is on the loose in Southwest Florida. Message me with any information. He will not ruin my presidential campaign. Like I said, he is running for 2028, apparently. Bailed out again. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. His son does look like Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. What the fuck? Oh my god. So it's just more videos of him beefing with his son. Report if he's on loose, because he is. And apparently his son actually had eaten one of the Douglases. I am forgetting which one it is, to be honest, but apparently he ate his dog. And he took his son's girl out on a date. The get back is real. Most of these are now just reels, to be honest, because he adds the music behind them. So I might have to mute a lot of the bangers. But, yeah. Still can't figure out if this is satire or not. Even November of last year. Like, bro, this guy's lore is just too deep. His lore is just too deep. And now, like, it's kind of hard because he doesn't do as many captions anymore, so I don't really know the exact story. But he basically is still beefing with his son. Right here. On December 5th, 2024 at 10:26 a.m., my son Edward Davis used a rental vehicle to locate me in traffic and foolishly crashed full speed into my truck in an attempt to eliminate me. He fled the scene into gator-infested waters off the side of the freeway. He has not been found. Stay alert. I will be searching for him for further notice, or until further notice. Right here, I fuck with this one. Any nuclear weapons shown in this video are props. I hope you know I don't regret eating Douglas. That's fine. I have something else for you to eat, Edward. RPG. He believes that his son is actually Luigi. He believes that his son is Luigi. Dude, like, I just can't tell. Like, these are clearly photoshopped in some way, but I don't know. I actually don't know. How do you know your son shot that CEO? Like, it is hard to tell, genuinely. It's hard to tell. Like, this guy plays the character so well that I cannot tell. This guy should be in movies. You can't just borrow $5 million and leave the country. Just did, but he didn't, because he's still in Hawaii. At my boyfriend's dinner. Like, dude. Pre-dinner selfie. Dude, like, this guy is just insane. In the early hours of January 28th, 2025, we are now in this current year, bro. We are finally catching up. My now disowned son, Edward, stole my personal Cessna Skyhawk and committed a targeted, rage-fueled kamikaze-style attack on my home. It is unclear how he escaped before impact, as he was not found at the scene. Authorities do not believe me. Dispute? Okay, but it's supposed to be despite overwhelming evidence. I will be handling this situation myself, so report all sightings to me immediately. I will be staying at my third home until further notice. Davis out. This is honestly my favorite internet beef. I can't even lie. Why don't you ever take photos of anything interesting? Come on. Come on, bro. 2001? If you know, you know. A new angle literally just dropped. Just more beefing with his son. In the hospital. On June 12, 2020, I was unjustifiably assaulted by the rapper Lil Wayne for absolutely no reason. These days, you can't even say hello to somebody on a flight without being punched in the face. Unacceptable behavior. Davis out. We're finally catching up. Dear Kanye, this is when he was beefing. I'm not going to steal your woman again. Is there anyone you regret ghostwriting for? Oh, he's just unbelievable. Where I am, divorce appointment. Where I should be. With the goon, Playboy Cardi himself. With Pac. Is that Ice Spice? That's not even Douglas. What happened last time you took Edward shopping? Destroyed the store. Ruined this Walmart. I didn't meet the president. He did. Dude, like, I don't know what to say at this point, guys. Like, I really don't. This guy is just unbelievable. This is honestly one of my favorite ones right here. Why did you go to Afghanistan by yourself in 2001? I had to. Honestly hard. I feel, oh, I didn't like this one yet. I'm liking that shit. That shit's hard as fuck. Exercise my rights. Like, bro, this guy is just unbelievable. You're a poor excuse for a father and a husband. Poor? 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 Like, dude, this is unbelievable. He is, yeah, exactly. I approve, dude, this guy I agree with. He is the main character. I have a pipe bomb. Dude, honestly, don't you just hate when TSA discriminates you? Hard profile pic, by the way. He should change it to that. That's kind of tough. If you don't get that thing out of the house, I'm divorcing you. Walking his alligator. Clearly that last one was photoshopped, but you know. You'll never see your son Edward again. 805. When me and my son come over, you bet us let us swim in your pool. Dude, like, this guy is just unbelievable. We are finally coming up to the end, thank God, because this video is probably gonna be long as fuck. I apologize for that, but this guy's lore just... More people need to know about him. How did you cope with Edward burning down your house? Only way I knew how. Bought 2 more. Dude, city boys are up, bro. Are you kidding me? Like, this is insane. I went to Becky's tonight, which is one of his ex-wives, just remember. And what I found gave me more questions. After sneaking into the backyard, I was immediately greeted with a bark I could never forget. Douglas, my true 4-legged son, my best friend, was alive. He was buried in a shallow hole, covered by a tarp, hidden like garbage. Still on a leash, clearly hidden away intentionally, surrounded by candles like he was some sort of sacrifice. Edward told me that he ate him years ago. He looked me in the eye and said it like it was nothing. That lie tore through everything. It broke me. It broke whatever was left of us. And Becky let it happen. It's been years since we separated, yet it's clear now she's been the mastermind. She helped hide Douglas. She let me grieve, let me believe that lie while my best friend was just sitting in the backyard. There was a note in the hole, looked like Edward's handwriting. Not everything is what it seems. He actually said it's 4 words, but it's 6. Not everything is what it seems. I don't know what kind of sick game this is, but one thing's clear. Whether my son's alive or dead, I know this chaos isn't over. Davis out. This is what, 2 months ago? April 14th. Alright, so we're still going. I know a lot of you have been wondering how far I'm willing to go. Well, here's your answer. I burned it. Every piece of clothing he ever cared about, gone. The whole wardrobe up in flames. Why? Because I want him to feel a fraction of what I felt the day he told me he ate Douglas. Reasonable crash out in my opinion. That was the moment everything changed. You want the truth? I don't believe he's dead. Not for a second. I believe he's watching, hiding, waiting. If this doesn't bring him out, if this doesn't make him angry enough to show his face and prove he's still alive, then nothing will. Come on, Edward. Let's see that if that fire lit a spark in you. Davis out. Just more lore. Now this video right here is the video that actually convinced me he's a real person. Besides those other 2 further back, the one in the boat and the one where it was like the Florida hurricane going on, this one
was released from the hospital after having some minor heart surgery done. Sure, I could take a week off of work. Yes, I was wheeled out in a wheelchair, but
I can't tell if these are sneezes or coughs. Some people in the comments are saying these are sneezes, but this actually, like, this fully convinced me that this is at least a real person. Like, 100%, this dude is alive. He is a real person living on Earth. This is not just AI generated. Even though most of his photos look super photoshopped and stuff.
Man up, motherfuckers.
Man up, motherfuckers. But yeah, it is actually unbelievable. Alright. He put up a fucking billboard. I know you're alive, Edward. Reveal yourself immediately. Deep down, I knew the whole time. Edward said he was gone, told me to give it up, let the past die, but a father knows. Today, Edward came home. He stood on my doorstep, looked me in the eye, and said he was sorry. Said he wants to make things right, and he brought something with him that I've been looking for years. I've raised him, I've hated him, I've hunted him, but he's my blood. And if he's still even got a flicker of who he used to be, I'm willing to hear him out. He didn't eat Douglas. That means there's still a man in there somewhere. I'll give him one last chance. Just one. I didn't raise a monster. Stay tuned. Davis out. Now, I don't know if I've even, like, watched this entire reel. Not all of him. Again, like, this face is... Bro, this looks photoshopped as fuck. One more chance, son. In the week since Edward's return, I started putting him on to work around the place. So far, no complaints. He's quiet like he always was, keeps to himself, but when it comes to getting things done, I can see parts of myself in him. He's never not doing something. Production in the basement has tripled since he got involved. This is the basement, the weed farm, obviously. It's been steady, no issues, no step backs. Tomorrow we'll be heading out on a hike to dig up a few things he buried before he left. I don't ask questions, I just get results. And for the first time in a long time, I have hope for my son. Davis out. And literally, like FBM Bowsy says, this lore is literally generational. This is insane. Like, if you guys don't follow him already, I feel like you should. He is worth it. All right, just more lore. No clue. This is not Sun lore right here. This is just more Davis lore. All right, he is the most interesting man on the internet. Why are you picking people up from Home Depot? Got a job for them. Building new houses. Another house. I think this is house number 4 at least at this point, if we're not including the ones in the woods and the one that he mounted the rifles to the windows. Oh, this is actually brand new. This was the last one I saw yesterday. So we're basically right up here. Ex-wife, you're worthless. How about now? Oh my God, Pawn Star, bro. He literally is with Rick from Pawn Stars, guys. I can't tell how much that check is, but it looks big. Becky paid to have my gator, Marcus, released into the wild without my consent after Fish and Wildlife stole him from my truck. Then she proceeded to call me worthless. Decided to take a little something from her jewelry stash. Her diamond chain, it's cold and heavy, just like her. Davis out. And then this is just gold. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. What did you wish for? I wish you were never born. Yo, cuz. Like, this dude is just a clown. So apparently they're back beefing. That's just what it is, man, for the most interesting man on the internet. Chefing up in the Home Depot. It looks like a meatloaf, I guess. Yeah, this is it, dude. Not even 1 million followers. Just shy of 700,000 followers. This is the internet's most interesting man. Don't know if he's real. I know that the dude in the videos are real. I don't know. I still have no idea, honestly. Even after going through all this lore, I've gone through this lore by myself. Now I've recorded all of it. And honestly, I am still just as shook today. I still have no idea whether this is real. His new bio actually says, proud husband of 3. So he's actually added another wife. Anti-noun. U.S. conservative man with 2 conservative children. Future POTUS. Davis 2028, baby. He's still going. And honestly, he might have my vote. Can't lie. Oh, pick your poison. Discord. Still on his Discord. I have not gone to this man's Discord. And honestly, I kind of want to, but I also don't want to. Like, I don't know, bro. This could all be a big troll. This could just be some guy who's a actual internet genius and connoisseur and just knows exactly how to get a following. Or this could literally be the most interesting man on the internet. Like, if you guys remember the commercial for Dosaki's, the fucking most interesting man in the world, bro, that guy does not have shit on HenryDavis1900. All right. Yeah, that's about it for today. I know this video was extra long, but honestly, I have not seen any other videos on this man anywhere on the internet besides on his Instagram page. So if you guys aren't tapped in with me on Instagram already, make sure you follow that. You feel me? I don't really be posting on Instagram like that, but you can see it. I'll be posting the clothes. I'll be really staying off Instagram. But anyways, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I do TikTok, but I don't really care about TikTok, you know what I mean? I really just post them there so people can come to the YouTube. So yeah, if you guys like this, like, subscribe, go follow HenryDavis1900, man. He is unbelievable. He is one of the few people that I follow on here that I am like so happy that I do follow him, you feel me? But anyways, that's all for today. I got more icebergs coming up. I got more tier lists coming up. If you guys want to see me deep dive into some more of the weirdest people on the internet, let me know down below. And yeah, other than that, stay safe, stay dangerous, legalize pipe bombs, hashtag twerking women, hashtag bouncing breasts, hashtag HenryDavis2028. We out.